Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching on the world. Sean Driver, the Red Horde, and it is time for the fourth round draw. Just going to make sure everything's ticking along and you guys can actually hear what I'm saying, as I've had to set this up through the work computer for the first time, and so I hope everybody all okay. So all the matches have been decided. We're waiting on a link. I will put that into the description bar as to where I'm sitting and waiting. They've had the draws before, and we get an opportunity to just sort of soak things in and talk about what our expectations, hopes, goals are going into this fourth one. So if I jump into my chat here, something along these lines, boom, bam. That is the link that we're hoping to go to watch along wherever you are in the world. It's just the general stream for now. Once they get it, I don't know why the EFL does this. They're later than I am at putting in the updated links to identify where the live stream is. So go there. If you get it from another source and you're able to find it, and I don't have it, then send it my way. But all of the matches have been decided. There are 11 Prem teams to consider here. One other from the Championship, 2 from League One, and 1 from League Two. That makes up the 16. 8 go on into the quarterfinals. Most wanted match and least wanted match. Well, that's hard because I want 2 different types. If we're going, let me grab my notes. If we're going to go with a Prem team, I want one that's in Europe, and I want them at home. I want them away. I want a big day out. And I say that because I also consider it potentially more winnable. So when we're talking Brentford, Brighton, Fulham, Wolverhampton, those are the teams that are not playing in Europe at the moment. They're able to gun for it a little bit more in these early rounds, where I think Arsenal, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Man City, Tottenham, Newcastle, those teams, potentially. Man City's already said it. They're going to go with their young guys. And so they've got games October 1. These matches will be the week of October 27. They've got matches September 30, October 22, and November 4 or 5. So for me, let's go with history. The team that is the longest that we've gone without playing is Liverpool. And so give those guys to me. Just to give you some context here. Chelsea, we last played them 1982 in the league, second division, second tier. That was a 1-0 win. Crystal Palace, we played them back in 1982, same division, a 2-1 loss. Fulham, we played in 99. Liverpool, haven't played since 1978. Football League Cup, 5th round. That was a 3-1 loss at the Kairos. So that being the longest stretch that we've gone, I mean, Tottenham would be fun, 1981. Newcastle, 1982. There's a lot of these teams that we haven't had in a very long time. And so I think my most wanted would be Liverpool away. The second caveat is if we can't get that, give me Grimsby. Give me, I don't really want Swansea as far as a Welsh derby, but give me Cardiff. And so Des, you'll have to explain that to me. Let's see if I can bring these up here into the chat. No, I got to be in the restream. So give me 1 second to bounce to where I need to be able to bring those into the chat. Boom. Chat. Show on stream. No, I'll just bring that up. Dad says, want a premier team at home. Why not away? I guess it's more likely to potentially win it. But for me, you want a big day out, right? Why not take it to a Prem stadium and get as many people in as you can possibly get into the damn thing? So that's where I'm at. Interesting. Crystal Palace. And I'll take them. Like if you have to tell me right now you're taking a Liverpool team, then you're taking a Prem team, then I want one that's in Europe. They certainly qualify on the list. And we're still waiting. They announced, you'll see the link in the pinned comments, full draw for the second round, third round, first round have all been at this location. So I'm sort of assuming it's there. I'm going to have a trouble poking around. And they've announced that after the Arsenal win over Port Vale, this is where we'd be. So don't need the money, want them down the road. Yeah, fair enough, Des. And I get it. Really, this is all just, picking out what you want. So there's going to be lots of stuff. And that's another shout is if we do have to take one of Cardiff City or Swansea or Wickham, I think most would want Cardiff just because it's got the history to it, right? So Cardiff at home would be tons of fun. Cardiff away, being able to march down from Wrexham and fill their stadium brings a lot of luster to the whole thing. In any event, like this is where it gets to the good time. You got 11 teams sitting there, all in the Prem. You've got a delicious. I mean, if we drew Swansea, a little bit of disappointment because we'd see them in extra time, but the fact that we'd be playing them, tons of storylines with that one. Grimsby Town, we have history with playoff history, obviously. That would be a ton of fun. Wickham from last year. I don't want to play Wickham for a while. This is selfish for me. Wickham and Huddersfield, I don't want to play for a long time because I want to be able to say when I'm old and gray, I was there the last time that Wrexham played Wickham, and that was way back in 2005. And so that's what I would want to see. But Des is looking for the big squad at home. People are going to walk away from this one happy, right? People are going to walk away from this one happy. So look at the pinned comments. It's got the link. Still waiting on it to pop up here. If you guys end up getting it, let me know. Feel free to throw your thoughts out into it. I'm just going to check. I made a post last night about who you guys wanted, and I gave 4 options. So I'm just going to jump onto that for a second and find out exactly where that sits. The 4 options that were available is: do you want a lower team in the pyramid, which Cardiff, Grimsby, etc.? Do you want any Prem team away, a big day out? Do you want a Welsh derby, or do you want any team at home? And 35% of you said Prem team away, take that big day out. 28% said they'll take any team at home. Joshua says he's hoping for Spurs. That's his cousin's a fan, so he's got a personal interest. Interesting to me that nobody really searching for the Welsh derby right now. 15%. I expected it could be a little bit higher than that, but that's where we're at. So we're killing time. They just announced it, Dave, as any time after the Port Vale Arsenal game. That's a final. You've seen Man City, Tottenham, Newcastle, Arsenal all playing League One teams. We had the potential of having 7 League One squads advancing forward, but as it turns out, 1 from League Two, 2 from League One, 2 from the Championship, and 11 Prem. So we're waiting for that to come through the draw, and the link will be where I identified it up at the top, and we'll follow along with that, and hopefully it's not too long. I don't know why they take so long every single time, and then they usually put it up and it takes another 10 minutes, and it's all for this round is going to take 5 minutes to end up doing it. It's going to happen sooner than you expect. The numbers are there. We're obviously number 11. We're going to watch this one. And the laptop, it works with the computer. It's the home computer. I got to figure something out. So we'll figure all of this sort of stuff out. But nice to see some familiar faces here with Des, with Dave, with Bryn, all sounded in. See, and I get that shout. The shout from Phil here is, I want Grimsby at home, and I absolutely get that. That's where I'm torn. Is I've got 2 that I would be happy with. I would take Grimsby at home. I would take Liverpool away. And isn't that crazy, W&G? 3 Welsh squads still kicking around. Sitting there. If we have to take a Prem team, hey, Marie, it's been a while, long time no see. I hope all is well with you. If we are going to end up taking a Prem team, like I said, I'd rather avoid for this round. Brentford, Brighton. Brighton's gone 6-0 twice. They're on fire. Mr. Welsh, howdy. If I would rather avoid Brentford, Brighton, Fulham, and Wolverhampton because they've got less games to manage. So as far as putting out a proper squad, they're going to get closer to putting in their regular squad. It's for me. And one thing to consider too is of those squads, Newcastle has a different calendar than everybody else because they're in qualifying playoffs, so they're September 24, October 2, where everybody else is September 30, October 22. So they've got some quick turnover for them. So it'll be, but still, give me those teams if we're going to have somebody, I suppose. And those are the 3 options that I've got. So keep them coming as far as the comments. Des wants Brighton. See, you're nuts. That's if you were to tell me, I don't get the charm. Des, I love you, respect you. I don't get the charm, and I'll tell you why. They're on fire in the EFL Cup, drilling lesser opponents quote unquote, 6-0 over time. And I'm still waiting on this bloody. And they're not playing in Europe, so they're going to be chomping at the bit to go again. And I hope I get the draw. If you guys get it popping up on Sky Sports while you're in the UK, might have to turn over the keys to you guys and get somebody to join it. And a reminder, as far as spoilers, I'm going to be about 10, 15 seconds behind you because it's got to come through the system, through my eyes, back out into the internet and to you guys. So if you find out, try and keep the chat to yourself and we'll figure it out. But we don't criticize those that drink. That's not what we do here. There we go. Got a connection with Brighton fans when we were in trouble. So it's an appreciation thing, and I get that shout. No, we aren't facing Cardiff in the league. So, and I think if people are getting a Welsh derby, and you had to say right now, you have two options. You can choose Swansea or you can choose Cardiff City. I think everybody's taking Cardiff City. The question is away or home. I think some people prefer to have them at home. I think it's probably a 50-50 split. There was one commenter above that said they would rather have them away for the trip down. And I imagine that's just to check into Cardiff and make a day of it. But that's where I am, Bryn, is Liverpool. I'd take Man City. Man City's already declared that they're not going to push for the EFL Cup as far as load management goes for their club. So they'll be playing youngsters. And that's what I'm saying is it's all those managers that are in Europe will have to make those tough decisions. It doesn't mean it's not going to be a quality side. The kids are talented for a reason, and they're there for a reason. So we'll see how this all transpires. I keep going back and hitting the refresh button on my feed to be able to pick this one up. I'm going to put in EFL Cup round 4 draw to see if it pops up in any event. And all I get is a different watch along that Maddie's running. And we've got another one from We Are Tottenham. And we've got another Wrexham watch along that's got a heck of a lot more people than I've got. That's fine. Live Caribou 4th round. That's from 11 months ago. What? That's from last year. I wonder who we don't get 11 months ago. So we're Sky Sports Football. That's the URL. It's in the pinned comments. We're just waiting for the live to update with it, and we'll get into it. In the interim, I'm talking about some other permutations, and I'm just going to walk through it and chat with you about when was the last time that we played some of these teams, because there's obviously some history there. En route to Regina, the city that rhymes with fun, as it goes, as Jason. So walking you through it, somewhat alphabetical order, other than the last games. So Brentford, last time we played them, December 3rd, 2011. That was the second round of the FA Cup. It was a 1-0 win for us away. The last time we played Brighton, January 18, 2012. That was a replay in the third round of the FA Cup. 0-0 draw, then a 1-1 draw, and we lost at home on penalties, 5-4. Last time we played, and interesting with Cardiff and Swansea, last time we played both of them was back in the Welsh Cup. Semi-final 2004 for Cardiff. That was a penalty win, 7-6 at home. And then the final was Swansea back in 2006, and that was a 2-1 loss for us. You go through Crystal Palace, you got to go back to 1982, back in the second tier. Fulham, 1999, that was in the third tier. Grimsby Town, well, we know that. We've just seen them recently, March 23rd, 2024, down in League 2, fourth tier. That was a 3-1 win for us. Liverpool, 1978. That's the longest tenure. What is that, 46 years? Fifth round, we played them in the EFL Cup, and we lost 3-1 at home. Wolverhampton, 1988. Wickham, and that's why I don't want Wickham, March 15th, 2025. I was there, a 1-0 win away. And then you've got Man City, 1998, Newcastle, 1982. That was a league game. Tottenham, 1981. That was a EFL Cup third round loss. And then Arsenal, 1992. And that one's an infamous one. We haven't played them since that historic third round 2-1 win at home. So that's the history. There's some long tenure there to go through it. And I'm going to go back and load up the thing. I'm hoping you guys are refreshing browsers too, and somebody can scream that it's up, it's up, it's up. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting here for a long time talking to you guys about what we think and what we're hoping for. It's the screw has now turned. Previous rounds, first 3 rounds, you don't really care what's happening. You lose, you just say you're focusing on the league. Now the pendulum has shifted. Now I'm getting excited about this sort of stuff. And you think, what is it? 3 wins away. You win this one, you're into the round of 8. You were in that one, you're into the semifinals. You win that one, you're off to Wembley. You're having fun in the final, right? So otherwise on the channel, we're here 4:30 in the morning on the 27th. I think I might be able to do that one. I certainly will not be able to do September 30th. That's a Tuesday with Leicester City. So Derby County coming up at home, Leicester City away, and then we've got the trip to Brum on a Friday, October 3rd. And the reminder, too, that we're here with the women as well. And so they will be trying to come back from sort of a letdown. The 4-2 result that they had with the New Saints. And so they'll be taking on Pontypridd, a good Pontypridd side, trying to build up for the big matches between Swansea and Cardiff City, where they'll define sort of where they are so far this year. But Swansea, one game less played. Everybody else has a loss. Cardiff City has a loss. Wrexham has a loss. The New Saints have a loss. So we'll see where all of that boils out as we go through this, and still waiting on this damn thing. So who are we hoping for? And I think the impossible answer to that question is nobody knows. Nobody knows who they want. And everybody has a different one. So we got 10 minutes left is what Kip's saying. I jumped the queue and getting early onto this one as we've got the balls that are there, follow along. For me, if we see a Prem team pop up in the first ball, which is the home side, I'll be hoping that number 11 follows. And if I see Grimsby Town pop up, I'll also be okay with number 11 following. So we're keeping an eye on number 11 all the way through. And obviously it's interesting to see exactly where Grimsby goes. Porter and WestJet are doing it so they have to. Free wine and beer now makes going to Regina tolerable. I don't know. I don't know if you know this, Jason. I grew up just outside of Saskatoon. So I've made many, many a trip down to Regina, and much better places I'd like to be than Regina, but that's just me with my northern. Am I frozen? No. Who are we hoping for? I think it's Liverpool has got a lot of shouts. Man City's got a lot of shouts. Brighton's had a couple, and I misspelt Brighton on my graphic. Bright and Hove. We'll leave that one alone. And there's a couple of people who have been calling out for Grimsby. I think it's safe to say that nobody really wants Swansea at this time because we're going to see them in the league anyway. And so that's where it's at. I do make a differentiation in the Prem teams. I don't want Brentford, Brighton, Fulham, and Wolverhampton. That's because they'll be able to play for it. I couldn't get drunk enough to make it tolerable. There's the message. And if anybody is here from Wales, feel free to Google Regina winter and just have a look at the images. And that's why 40 below in the middle of the prairies. Not the greatest thing. Oh man, I knew this off the top of my head. 1982. So I think was the last time that they made it into, was the farthest then they made the quarterfinals that year. So one more round to go. And I believe that was 1982. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I could probably bring it up. I had that off the top of my head and then I didn't refresh my memory. Let's have a look. Because you'll recall, obviously, 77, 78, high water mark, 78, 79. That was the promotion to the second division. The highest we made it was 15th, so 78, 79, the high water mark. And we've got in the EFL Cup, which is my second column here, League Cup. Last time we made into this round was 1977, 78. That was the year that we won the third division, able to move up to the second division. So we made the third round, 1981-82. So that's where it's at. We made the quarterfinals one other time way back when the first iteration of us joined in 1960-61. But let's push on past the quarterfinals. I'd love a semi. Can you imagine a home and home? And by then, you know you're getting a Prem team. Crazy dreams. But hey, GT, welcome. We're here all the time. We do watch-alongs. I like to do more than that. The reality is as I'm tied up in the office and got the kid being busy, less opportunity to do that. But feel free to join it. And I feel bad for you about Reading. I feel bad about what's going on with Reading in any event still. Ownership figuring that out, but they've got young youth there, and that's been sort of the story for the last 3 seasons, right? And they certainly took it to us last year. in the second match at home as we were running into the end of the season. And I love going back, and I don't know, it's been so long. I might actually have forgotten the games. Maybe we fill the summer, June and July, doing the historical watch-alongs, where we get a couple of people who haven't seen those games, and we go through and relive those and have those discussions. Might be a blast for those of you in Wrexham who have invited us along for the ride and been hospitable towards us, to give an opportunity to watch that. This whole experience has been a blast as we still wait. We're apparently 6 minutes away from the stream start. It'll take 5 minutes. It'll come rapid fire once it's here, and we'll do a little bit of decompress, and then we'll get back into it. The link is up in the comment up top, and if you're on Sky Sports back in the UK, you'll be able to pick that up. We're waiting for it on YouTube. But that whole trip that I made to Wrexham to go and hang out with Matt and hit up the Fat Boar and go to the Maesguin, the Gresford Museum, and into the Kairos, and sit there and watch that Bolton game, and then go and watch them win in Huddersfield and Wickham. Those are memories. And every single person that I ran into was open and accommodating. And it was also weird to hear my name. You go to a city that you've never been to before, and you walk into a stadium you've never been in the stadium before, and you hear people go, "Sean," and you're like, and they recognize. So it was fun. Reading is the only team. You can't take shots at somebody when their fan is here, Jason. Reading is the only team that needs to bring babysitters with them. They're so young. Oh God. Jim Gaffigan had a great bit about Winnipeg. I went to Winnipeg in February. Crowd groans. It's when you want to go. My wife has never been anywhere that's been colder than -7. And I've said to her that I want to take her right into downtown Winnipeg and 40 below, and step off the plane and then kick her out of the car and tell her to just go for a walk for a block and see how she handles it. So welcome to those of you who've tuned in. Wrexham fan here. We do the watch-alongs. We're waiting for the announcement to come, talking about who we want. If you're just joining the stream, feel free to contribute as to who you want. It looks like we got an extra trophy up. So the 4th round draw is up. And so I'll rechange the link here into where we're at. And so this is, go here. And where did I put my stream? 1 second. Watch stream live here. So you can watch this along with me, and the link is there. Here's the secret. And all I ask of you is please don't do a spoiler, because the chat will be ahead of me by about 15 seconds. And so if you find out what's coming and what, just wait for the reaction, and you can fill your knowledge in the 15 seconds you have. And please, Al wants us to get the Spurs. See, and that's the one thing you can't connect with, is everybody has somebody that they've got a connection with, right? A spouse, a best friend, an enemy, grew up in a certain town, and they've got a connection with them. I don't have any of those, other than arguably Doncaster, but not really. So it's there. You want Grimsby to get Liverpool? See, those are my two, Carl. That would be the worst draw for me, because I either want to get Grimsby at home or I want Liverpool away. Those are mine. But yes, that's the message. No spoilers here. And while you're here, like button's down below. You can smash that, hit the subscribe button, do all those sorts of things, and join us on Saturday when I'll be up at 4:30 in the morning. And if I'm not, Brendan, who's normally here, will carry us through. And so, and I guess the big question that I have for a lot of you too is, there's been a divide as to, if you do take a Prem team out of this, do you want them at home or do you want them on the road? I want them away, and because I want that big day out. The spoiler from Will I Am Bo, we got AFC Richmond. If there was ever to be a crossover, Wrexham making an appearance at AFC Richmond in a cup game, season 3, wouldn't that be something? Are we on to season 3? Yeah, that would be 4 of us I'm assuming that's meant pub. Me and son, cousin, and son Derby fans. You can't hold them against it, Derby fans. I actually have a lot of appreciation of the fan bases. It's interesting that you get good ones and bad ones. Millwall, all obviously intriguing. Preston had an unrecognizable amount of hatred for Wrexham that I'm not 100% certain of where that came from. But you get, like, Derby doesn't really hate anybody, do they? They seem to be the most polite. Home. And is that just because you want tickets? or you want the chance to win. Dave's in a rush. We have to give you guys numbers. I guess everybody will want to be Dave number one. So everybody wants him home. Interesting. See, I want the big day out, and the reality too is when this isn't to I loved going to Wrexham, and the community was way better than I thought it was going to be, and the development and everything, the bustling, the good feels. Like you can tell that the club has influenced the entire of the community because you just have to go to another northern town. Well, I'm in England anyway. That's where I was traveling. Not so much in Wales. I don't have as much experience, but it's downtrodden and people are cantankerous and grumpy. When you walk into Wrexham, it's a different aura. The feels are good. On the link that's pinned up above, Sky Sports Football. If you're not able to click on that link for any reason and hit the live section, you'll grab the draw. Caribou Cup, 4th round. The balls are there. This is going to come in rapid order. So we'll follow along, and then we'll find out who we got, and we'll get a couple of details, and we'll leave it at that. And we'll see you. This is week of October 27th. See, that's the worst. Palace not so bad because they're playing in Europe, but Brentford, Brighton, Fulham, Wolverhampton. Those are the four I don't want. Those are the four I don't want. And so I fully suspect those are the ones we're going to get. if we are going to draw those four, at least bring them home. So live on Sky in the UK. Sorry, I missed that one. Thanks for pulling that one out. Vancouver, BC is home for me. Married to a Donny lass. So I get a lot of South Yorkshire in the house. My kids speak with this weird hybrid accent that I can't understand. It's not Yorkshire and it ain't Canadian. The Rams versus the Sheep. So they've got the numbers up on the board. Man, it's just awesome. You're sitting there looking at 11 Prem teams. And we haven't had one since the Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhenney. And maybe that's the curse. Maybe we don't get one again. But they've been waiting for that. You know it's going in the documentary. And you know they're building that up. Here we go. We're into the draw already. Number 15's out. Newcastle. Oh, 50 Arsenal. Really? I got the numbers all wrong. They changed the numbers on the last second. Number 2, Brighton. Am I watching the live one? Did they change the numbers in the 11th hour? They did so, the jerks. Well, I'll get rid of my screen. It's the changes. I pulled this off of the EFL Cup website. Now you guys are making me look like liars. Grimsby. So I'll take this off of. No point having my pretty graphic that I made. Oof. Grimsby versus Brentford. So that's that. So now with Grimsby off, it's give me Liverpool. Number 9, Swansea. Who are we gonna get? 13. Man City. I believe we're still number 11. That was the board number that they gave out at the start. I'm hoping they started streaming this 6 minutes ago. It's all the right teams. They just messed up the numbers. So I apologize for that. I spent all that time on that graphic and then they changed it out. Still waiting 14. Newcastle. $16. That's what, Tottenham? Yeah, Tottenham Hotspurs. Lots we still haven't seen. So Cardiff is still in there. Obviously, we're still in there. Liverpool's still. It's our home game. It's the home game. Oh, Cardiff! It's the Welsh Derby. You know what? Take it. Take it. Cardiff versus Wrexham at the Kairos. That's it. That's all we're waiting on. And that's our. So let's just go back into it. I gave you guys the details earlier on as far as our last time playing them, and so that was in a Welsh Cup. It has been a long, long time since faced Cardiff. Obviously, doing well in League One, they're going to be a solid side. It's certainly going to be stiff competition. It's not. It's a different breakup than having a prem team because they're potentially going to go for it, right? So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm okay with that. Uh, it's quote unquote winnable, and so you get that and an opportunity to move on into another round. You take that. They'll obviously be thinking the same thing and licking their lips. So last match, March 25th, 2004, in the Welsh Cup, in the semifinal, game finished 2-2 in the Kairos. It went to penalties, and it was a 7-6 win. So that's the last time we had Cardiff. It's going to be fun. Didn't want another championship team. Got a game that's quote unquote winnable. Got a game that's got some history and some story with Cardiff and Wrexham. You know this is a complete full episode of the documentary, right? Has to be. And so they will be building this up to no end. I'm here for it. And that's what exactly Daz. Good chance of getting through. Jason was hoping for Cardiff. And what would you put the Vegas odds on it early? Playing the game at home, do you have it at 65% us to win? I think that's probably fair. Maybe as high as 70, given that you're at home, you're the championship squad. You know, anything can happen on any given Sunday in Cardiff City. They've had 2 losses so far. Don't have the table in front of me, but I think it's like 4-2-2 is their out of their 8 games, if I'm recalling. They're in 4th or something in League One. If I've got that right, they're no slouches by any stretch, and it's sort of like Hollywood writing a script, right? W&G. More people get to be at home. You know the tickets are going to sell out. You know Cardiff's going to have the Oasis there, and there's the good sum up. Oh, let me roll up. Oh, jeepers! I'm clicking the wrong things on my computer. Cardiff at home is winnable, but they've been playing great. We get Wolves away. I'm confident, but I've never been confident that Molineux. So we get to go to Twitter right now. Why don't we do that? I'm happy to have a look at the Cardiff Twitter and see what they say once they make that post, because you're going to see a whole lot of expletives. So let's just read out some of the tweets before we end up carrying on, and you know that this is going to be entertainment for at least an hour. At least. Cardiff City FC. So let's go and see what they've put up there as far as their 4th round draw. Cardiff City will face Wrexham away. Click on the button. Let's just go through some of the tweets. Makes up for not playing them in the league. Come on, what a draw. Going all the way, lads. Who do we face in round 5? Send them back to America. Let's fucking have them. Into them, Cardiff. Into them, City. Into the Effers. Massive. Finger the Hollywood something. And then there's a couple FFSs and I hate Hollywood and into them. Go through some of the quotes here. Oh man, give the rivalry. Leave Windus alone. The memes are in full effect. This is good stuff. Straight into these Scouse Disney non-sponsors. Oh, so much love. There's so much love here, and that's the good stuff. Oh man, I wanted London away, but I'll take it. Beautiful stuff. They are confident. They think it's winnable. So it should be good. I wouldn't say they're shaking in their boots looking at it, unless you're going to call it horrible. Cardiff away is terrible. Cardiff at home is great. See, it's interesting, family, because it was Des, I believe, was it you that said Cardiff away would be preferred? No, it was somebody else. And the reason why is just the opportunity to go and get into the stadium. And it's been such a long time since you've seen Wrexham down there. I mean, you go back, I don't even know when the last game down to Cardiff was, because the game back in 2004 was at the Kairos. So anyway, that's where we're at. 74 people there. We've drawn Cardiff away. We'll pull that game and add it to the list of things when they announce it. It'll be sometime the week of October 27th. You'd like to think that one's going to hit the television. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it's going to be a sellout at the Kairos now. People getting excited about the league, and we'll break all this down. So, and Jason, let's be honest. You and I would love to go to any game. In every game. if we had the opportunity. It's probably not going to get over there this season. So it is going to be what it's going to be. But thanks for joining us for this one. Hopefully we get to do this one again. Fourth round, Cardiff away. You win that one, you're into the final 8. It'll be fun. You lose it, you got to listen to those expletive down south for an extended period, who are probably going to come and join this and give me comments. So stay tuned to the comments on this one as people contribute. Much appreciation to those of you who stepped in, and we're going to jump out back into the reality. I've got work to do here in the office. And so thanks, everybody. Have yourselves a good one. And we'll see you Saturday, Derby County, and Sunday for the Women Against